Lil Wayne at home, supposed to be getting some rest for the next 2 weeks. We told you when doctors released him from the hospital in Chicago after he suffered those seizures. Those were their orders.
Serious seizures, by the way, where he was found unconscious in a hotel room.
Yes, and so he's supposed to be getting rest. So how is that going? We got an update from his manager, Cortez Bryant. We got him at LAX. And, you know, we sat here when we talked about Wayne getting out of the hospital. We had people who called in and said, just hope that Wayne is getting his rest and he takes this seriously because it's clearly a very critical issue.
We were also talking about what triggered it because, look, he is known to do scissor or drink lean, and that has triggered it in the past. So the question, is that what happened this time? So,
here's Cortez.
Do you think it's time he slows down a little bit?
I tell him that all the time, but I don't think that's gonna work, man. He's a workaholic. That's what got him the way he is now, man. It has nothing to do with any of those other things, you know. He's an epileptic. It's a disease, you know, that he has to deal with. It's a reality that this might not be the last time you see Lil Wayne having a seizure, and you know, we just make sure that we got proper meds and try to force him to get some rest. But sometimes he doesn't do that. But it's something that, you know, it's not gonna hinder us and stop us.
It's not like he's like retiring.
Nah, hell no. It's not gonna stop us.
In fact, he also said that that Wayne is already gone back in the studio.
So here's the situation. We reported how it's pretty much he's a workaholic, that from there he's been doing shows back to back, and then he went to the studio. From the studio, just been doing that nonstop every single day, and this is due to sleep.
Well, what about lean?
Okay, but Harvey, it's not about lean right now. He had lean in the past, but this one
Has he stopped drinking lean?
I can't sit there and say that.
I know, but that's the thing. It's like
and that's what
nobody's saying that he has, and if he hasn't, then we know.
And I know what they're saying. It's sleep, and we said this on Tuesday. It's like, how can you know that it's only sleep and not lean if you're still taking the lean?
Because we don't know if he is still or.
Well, they're not saying he's not.
But Harvey, you're not going to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm taking lean.
No, Raquel, I'll tell you why you would. Because he flaunts it. And he walks around with double cups all the time, and he celebrates it. So it's not like he's hidden it. So I think it's not like you know, somebody.
But even that right there, if you look at that cup, that says Young Money. That also could be a tool of branding as well.
A double cup.
I mean, yes, he's selling Young Money double cups. That right there is merchandise also. So we don't know if it's filled up with.
Haven't we seen him with Jolly Rogers in it?
Jolly Ranchers, Harvey. That's
Jolly Rogers.
Jolly
Roger is the pirate. And a Jolly Roger on the side of it. Arr! I'm estimating.
Okay, I don't do lean. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Oh, God, I feel embarrassed.
Hey, it's Sarai from Houston, and I don't know if it's called Jolly Rogers, but hey.
Okay. I mean, okay, I'm guilty.
I don't do it either.
Jeez.
I don't do it either. But in my opinion, taking an artist away from his art, it can be a death sentence. So for him, being in the studio is like therapy. You know, at this point, he has so much on his mind. He may release the best mixtape ever. You know, like, these pills give me thrills. I don't know how it would go exactly.
Right.
You know? But I'm saying it could be his therapy.
Hey, Reagan, what are the chances for later broadcasts we can kind of eliminate that thing about the Jolly thing?
Can't happen. No, it's live.
TMZ Live?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. TMZ tape today, I guess, folks, because Harvey wants to edit out his
No, I'm saying
comment.
for the later broadcasts of it.
Later broadcasts? No, sorry. We made calls already. Can't happen.
Yeah,
All right.
You made your bed.
Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.